Hello everyone, this is Paushta Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Today we continue working with the Chanel style jacket. I was planning to show you a review of a finished jacket today. You guys like these tutorials so much that I couldn't resist showing you how to work with the sleeves. I decided that it wouldn't be fair of me not to show you the rest of needed sewing techniques and details. Today I'm going to show you how to work with sleeves, how to double, tack, stitch and insert them. When the sleeves are ready, I'll show you how to edge the bottom. I also want to show you how to attach the fasteners to the front. You need to know how to do it. This technique is also very useful. Have a look at the details. These are the sleeves, the lining and the facing details. The lining copies the details of the main fabric. Next, Natalie will show you what to do, and I will tell you everything about what she is doing. We're going to show you how to prepare the sleeves for stitching and how to insert them. I want to talk about the collars once again. The technique which we showed you was very simple and useful. You can use this technique when sewing different garments, jackets, coats, dresses, and so on. Please, do not forget about the different techniques which we show you. Try applying them to different garments. We show you a lot of interesting and useful details and designs. Let's start working. Have a look here. I remind you that the lining copies the sleeve. First, we need to lay the facing on the lining and mark its upper edge. Next, we need to measure and mark 3 cm down from the marked points, 2 cm for a seam and 1 cm for the ease. The width of the facing detail is 10 cm. That means that we need to cut 7 cm from the lining. As I've already said, the facing is 10 cm wide, and we're cutting 7 cm from the lining. That means that we leave 3 cm, 2 cm for a seam and 1 for the ease. The facing is already doubled. Natalie, show us the facing details, please. Next, we need to stitch the facing to the lining. We need to pin the details first. I remind you that the front and the back sides and the sleeves are even, so there is no need to mark them. This technique is very convenient. Let's move on to the sewing machine to stitch the details. Natalie is stitching the facing to the lining. The width of the seam is 1 cm. Next, we need to iron the seam gently. Natalie is ironing the seam, which attached the facing to the lining. Let's go back to the sewing machine. Next, we need to stitch the lining to the main fabric face to face. The lining detail is 1 cm bigger than the sleeve is. I remind you that we added 1 cm for the ease. We're stitching the lining to the main fabric at the bottom of the sleeve.
По низу рукава
Natalie, please turn the detail to show us the right side. Next, we need to cut the extra pieces of the polyester bedding from the seam. After that, we need to stitch the inside seams of the lining and the sleeve together. Do not forget to cut the angles first. Natalie, show us how to do it. Such tiny details are very important. They affect the result and the quality of the garment. I can easily tell if the garment was made by one of the tailors of my fashion house or not, by just looking at it. I want everyone to sew the way we do. We decided not to top stitch the seams in the sleeves. When we finish stitching the seams, we'll tack and iron them. Make sure that all the details match before stitching them. This is very important. We are stitching the inside seam on the sleeve. As I've already said, we don't have special foot for stitching the polyester bedding. We don't need it because we don't usually make garments with polyester bedding in my fashion house. Have a look at the way Natalie uses the seam ripper to lower the polyester bedding before stitching it. This is how the sleeve looks like now. Next, we need to cut the extra pieces of the polyester bedding from the seams. After that, Natalie will turn the sleeve right side out. We need to iron the seams gently before doing it. I remind you that you shouldn't press the polyester bedding too hard. Iron the seams gently. Natalie will show you how to do it. Next, we need to turn the sleeve right side out accurately. After that, we need to tack the bottom of the sleeve for ironing. I'm talking about the point where the Chanel style fabric turns into the fuchsia facing. The sleeve is ready. Natalie has already ironed the seams. I remind you that the lining is 1 cm longer than the sleeve itself. There is no need to make it too long or too wide. It wouldn't be convenient for you to work with it in this case. Natalie tacked the seam for ironing. We're not going to top stitch it. That's all for today. Next time we're going to show you how to insert the sleeve in the armhole. Be different and beautiful. We're Paukšte Irina and Natalie. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.